be yourself. Don't try to be, a carbon copy of someone else. It's like, even though I sing Luther Vandross, I've always had this sound. No one knows. They haven't heard me. But I sing what's from my heart, and just don't let anyone take you off the trail and the path of what you have originally set out to do. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, and there's going to be a lot of doors closing, but remember, those doors ain't for you. So you just keep going until you find the one that's for you.
Welcome to Cloud Record Music Podcast. I'm your host, Maurine McFarlane, and I have an amazing guest for you. Don't go anywhere. Darnel Alexander. Some call him the next Luther Vandross because of his warm, rich baritone voice. His vocal style is a blend of control and effortlessness, and his ability to convey deep emotion that captivates his audience with a skillful use of dynamics. I can't wait for you to hear about his journey. The music you're listening to in the background is Jesus Christ is Lord instrumental by Carmelo Green, one of Cloud Records music. The links are below. Check out all of our music. You'll love them. Before we start, please subscribe, ring the bell, like us, and leave a comment and let me know what you think about our conversation. Let's get into it. And now, a Cloud Records Music Spotlight. Darnel Alexander, welcome to Cloud Record Music Podcast. How are you?
I'm great, and I'm appreciative for you having me on your show.
Well, it's my pleasure and a thrill to have you, and the audience is going to love you. They're certainly going to love your sound.
Look, I'm here to be loved.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell you how I met him. So, I saw him on Instagram, and he was singing Luther Vandross. Oh my God. I just like, I'm sure you've heard this before, but he must be like somebody that you look up to in the music business.
Yeah. For me as a grown man at this point in my life, I suppose I'm grown. When I was growing up, I looked up to people like Luther Vandross and Nat King Cole. They had an air about them and a class. And when they sang, you could understand what they were saying and really feel through not only their words, but the way that they delivered the songs, what they were experiencing or going through, or how how they wanted you to feel. And I just really clung to that vibe.
So that is where you get your R&B flavor from, right? That sound from that.
Classic. I get the classic R&B sound from those guys, and Peabo Bryson and your Jeffrey Osborne's of the world.
Okay. Now, why did you choose to go into this line of business as a career? Music. I know you have the talent, the voice, but it's not an easy business.
No, but it's a lot easier to pursue your dreams when you have a passion for it. When you could try to get rid of it, but it just won't get away from you. It just comes back to you every single time, So I've had lots of ups and downs in the music business, but music, whether I'm in the spotlight or not, always has a place in my heart, and it's always been front stage.
So you mean you're not one of those R&B singers that started singing in the church?
Well, let me tell you, I grew up in the church and heard a lot of singing. I wasn't one of the people up singing. I was kind of in the background because I was a shy kid growing up. But I learned a lot through those singers and listening to, how passionate they would sing. And I feel like that is something that we keep around in the R&B world.
Okay. Now, do you write your own lyrics as well? Do you write your own songs?
Yeah, I do have songs that I've written, quite a few songs I wrote from 2009 to 2017. But I prefer the pros to, give me the special shellac. But yeah, I do write and do my own music. I don't play music, but I solicit producers to come up with some stuff that inspires me to write to.
Oh my goodness. I'm really impressed with that because I also write lyrics. What is your songwriting process? Because for me, it's I just write because something inspires me, a person, a life, but it's nothing like super technical. How about yourself?
I just hear a melody and all of a sudden I feel like this inspiration coming from the heavens. It's like the melody is so good and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And things just come to me and I just got to put it down on my voice recorder. Yeah, that's usually the process. I hear the music first and then I catch a vibe and then start, going to it.
Oh, so now I'm really curious because the one song, well, there's all of your song I love, but this one song, and maybe your latest single, it's called Amazing. Is that one of the songs that you wrote the lyrics for?
This is why I had the preface of, the masters writing for me. So, that song was written for me by Dennis Bettis and Dennis Atkinson Jr. And they came together and made a song that really fit who I was as an artist and lyrically fits kind of how I think about treasuring love and a woman. And then also to still keep that old school vibe, the tone and the real song styling. Yeah.
Well, I want to tell you that you captivate me when I listen. So I know all the other people, women and probably men too, just, because that's one of the beauty and the talent of a singer like yourself or Luther Vandross is that no matter what sex you are, it's just captivating, your passion in the music. Just the vibe that you send out just pulls people in. And, audience, I'm not even going to describe it anymore. I want you guys just to hear a piece of this magnificent vocal and the emotions, the passion that within the song. So I want you just to listen to a piece of it. And when we're finished, I want you to go right now and download it because it's available on all music platforms. It's called Amazing. Here we go.
Somebody please tell me why no one tries to stay in love anymore. It's like everyone has an excuse, but that would never be us, girl, 'cause you are just so amazing, a one-of-a-kind type of love. I swear you are sent from an angel. God knew my heart needed love, so he sent me you.
All right now, didn't I say telling? It was just so thrilling to listen to. I need to get a lot of compliments about it.
Yeah. I mean, this is just the beginning of what I'm embarking or have been wanting to embark upon musically. I just want people to really feel the gift, and the talent, and most of all, to keep a certain, style of music alive.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you a question because you're so good. But what is your favorite part of creating music?
Recording it, like putting it down and perfecting it, and just hearing. It's almost like making a baby. You just you got this stew of all these ingredients coming together, and then by the time it's all done, it's this most beautiful thing that comes out. And what I strive for is to create songs that I want to put on repeat. Like it just touches my soul and I just want to hear it again and again. Because those are the records I was attracted to.
Right. Now I noticed this. I'm going to do this a little light here. I saw you in the Apollo, right? A couple of times. Is that where you kind of got your break? I don't want to make any assumption or.
I mean, the Apollo, the first time I was there was 95 with my R&B group Second Nature. And we, did a couple songs there. And then most recently last year, or was it the top of the year, Dwight had me out to do the Apollo Cafe. And what I want to say is it's definitely a highlight of my career, right? But I wouldn't say I've received a big break yet, per se. That would be when everybody around the world gets to hear me and they know, who I am as an artist.
So you do get to perform with some people who are celebrities per se? Have you had that opportunity?
Yeah, I have performed with celebrities in the past, and most recently, getting back on the bandwagon since last year when I went viral on TikTok, I got a chance to perform with Tweet in Las Vegas. So She would
Wow.
be like my first celebrity
Yeah. Oh my
opening.
goodness.
Yeah.
So, with your songs that are, first of all, they're so beautiful. And like I keep saying, oh, magnificent your voice is. Um, is it difficult for you to get your music on like all the main street station? Because they should be playing like everywhere.
Yeah, I think those stations, you've got to have a higher echelon of connections to get on those. There's a lot of money involved in getting them to rotate. But steady as she goes. The ship is still sailing, so we just haven't reached our destination yet. But I believe that will happen.
Absolutely, and the world will hear you because that's where you belong. Really, it's amazing in this business. It's really who you know, right?
It truly is. I've been singing and recording music since the early '90s, and but I think God just has I always say everything in God's timing, but I'm patient.
Yes. Okay. Well, how do you approach your vocal arrangement and production of your songs? Like, how do you approach it?
Well, usually if the music is really good, I'm happy with that bass, and then I try to build around it. And I like to reference Joe, the artist, Joe Thomas. I think that's his last name. My favorite thing about him is he always has like an intro, and then he's got the middle section, and then it builds up. It's almost like an eruption of a volcano. And then it's like it calms down. But you're just putting together like a 3-layer cake, right? And you just want that first layer to be okay, I see it. And the second layer, like, oh, it's coming together. And the third one, you're like, man, I can't wait to eat that.
Oh wow! So your song, it's called "What If."
What if?
Is that is that somebody wrote the lyrics for you, or this was one of your writing as well?
That was written by Jordan Johnston and his dad Bob Johnston, and they they got a lineage. His father used to be signed with Flight Time Records, so definitely a special vibe to their music. As soon as I heard the song, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to sing on there with. So we did a duet, me and Jordan, and just love that. It had kind of like a Brian McKnight vibe, and then still had the classic sound from like the that '90s R&B. Love that song. But yeah, they wrote that song, and again, it's one of those songs that fits. It could fit my life in a real sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very impressed with the people that you collaborate with and associate with, because they obviously, not only do they know your talent, they know what fits you. And both of the song, Amazing and What If, just, you nail that.
Well, I have a new single coming out. I think it's going to be an August release. I did want it to be in July, but it's going to be August. And I think you're going to be really impressed with this one. This is a song I wrote all by myself. So it's my baby. But Jordan and his dad produced the music, and I'm telling you, it's going to be one of those like classic vibes.
Oh my goodness. So, you have very unique style as well, not just your musical style, but your personal style, right?
Yeah.
You're just so really stylish. How do you describe your style, both musically as well as personal?
Musically, I love that whole smooth jazz, like a very casual, smooth vibe. I love to sing songs where I can just flow like a leaf falling from a tree, just really smooth and soft. And my own personal vibe is just, refined. I'm not, super clean cut, but not, super. I'm kind of like a nerd, but then with the, with a little bit of the hip too. So, it's like Superman and Clark Kent put the, once I put that cape on, it's a whole nother dude.
Oh. You become like a superhuman, right?
I feel like that's what happens when I start recording music. It's like this other entity comes out.
I think recently I saw you. Was it on a news channel? I can't remember. Someone was interviewing you. Was that a news channel?
Oh yeah, that was awesome. That was San Francisco, Sacramento. It was a Sacramento news station. That was super cool. One of my first as a solo artist.
Well, like you said, chipping away, so you're getting attention. A little place, a little bit here, a little bit there, will lead to big things, right?
Absolutely, and I want to be one of those artists that, not 15 minutes, but a lifetime of just classic music that people could still play when I'm gone. You know what I mean? That type.
Right. Yeah. Someone once said that small moments builds into large moments, monuments.
Yeah.
So, we do these small little things. Eventually, one day, you're going to turn around. And people who don't know will think that you just came on the scene when, in fact,
Yeah.
you've been like chipping away at this for years and years and years.
Yeah, it's funny. I'll see some of the comments and people are like, where you been hiding? Where you been? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I've been here this whole time,
Right.
So thanks for
right.
finding me, and stay tuned for more. That's what I usually tell them.
Absolutely. So we know just from your social media that should I make the assumption that Luther Vandross is like your favorite R&B
Yeah, he's
singer?
number one of all time. Greatest of all
number one
time.
of
He's
all-
the GOAT.
Okay, now which one of his songs is your favorite?
A House is Not a Home was the one that I used to just sing when I'd be in talent shows. I didn't even have music, and I would just get up there and sing an a cappella. I loved all the variations throughout the song, how it wasn't just like a loop, but there was like highs and lows in the middle. Just a story. I like a song that kind of tells a story and takes you on a journey.
Well, I don't want to put you on the spot, but can you give us a taste of your a cappella talent?
Yeah, let me see if I
mean,
can.
we hear you playing on your songs, and we know you're all that, but
No, I don't want to wake the kids, but I'll do a little bit.
Just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit.
Still in love, I said, still in love.
Oh
Please
God.
be still in love with me. Yeah. Are you gonna be in love with me? I want you, I need you to be, hey, still in love with me.
I have to stop you only because I could sit here and listen to you just doing that. We have to get into all your other wonderful sound. That was magnificent.
Thank you. Yeah, I could belt it out, but I don't want to disturb the peace right now.
I understand you. Now you said children. So how many children do you have?
I got 2 kids, 2 under 2, and they're just sensitive. As soon as I start singing, they want to come and bust into the studio, and they want to see Daddy sing. And what's happening? Can I be a part of it? Can I get on the mic? Yeah.
Look what they have to live up to.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm super excited to be able to expose them to music and watch their development. As kids, even if they don't decide to do music, just to be able to share that with me.
Yeah, life is so much more better when you have little ones.
It really is. It's been a long time. I waited until I was 55 to have these little buggers.
Wow.
And it wasn't my choice. I just never met women who wanted children. So, but for me, when I did, it definitely really gave me a sense of purpose. So I'm super grateful for that.
Yeah. It's so changed your perspective about everything once you have children. It's a wonderful thing. Oh my God. Well, that was just so thrilling. But ladies and gentlemen, I really also, it's so brilliant. Again, please, I want you to go on all the music platforms, and I make it very easy for all of you. So I have all the links below. Go there right now and download his music. They're available on all music platforms.
All streaming platforms, including
all
iTunes,
of them.
Apple Music, Yahoo Music.
That's right.
Amazon.
Even YouTube Music. Just go and download it and get all of them, by the way. They're not expensive. So just get them all, right? You will just appreciate it and love it and let your friends know about it. So here's another one of his songs that really touches me. It's called Crazy. Now, who came up with the title? And again, did somebody write that song for you, or did you wrote those lyrics?
I wrote those lyrics. That's one of those songs. That's one of those songs where I was just really feeling in a moment and wanted to get it out somehow. And I was like, I want a real R&B song that kind of goes back to the 90s with that. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's that.
Oh, wow. So you were inspired by the 90s and you wanted to bring that feeling back?
You know, it's like when you get your chance to come out and show the world what you do, it's like,
Mhm,
oh, now I've
mhm,
been waiting, I've been waiting
mm,
since way back then to show people that I can kind of sing that vibe. And so
mhm,
that's
mhm.
kind of like my present to the R&B world.
Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get a little piece of it. So here we go. Crazy by Darnel Alexander. Download it. Here we go.
I know you're the one when I want some fun. Come over and chill. Let's have our own party. 'Cause you know what to do, and I don't have to tell you all the things I like. It's like you in my mind. And I don't wanna wait, but I gotta be patient. It's gonna be more than I can take it. But I know it's so good, and I don't mind waiting. 'Cause your love is so crazy. Yeah.
Uh-huh. I told you. I told you. I told you. You have to get all of his music. And by the way, check him out on all his social media. So I know you're on Instagram. What are the other places that we can find you?
I started really hardcore with the music on TikTok, and I went viral on TikTok by singing "So Amazing" by Luther Vandross a cappella in a garage, and by the grace of God, that thing went 3 million views in a short period of
Oh my
time. And I was like,
gosh.
what? Do you mean to tell me that's all I had to do was sing in a garage to get people to actually notice what I do?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I'm on TikTok, Instagram,
Mhm,
Threads, it's like the Instagram thing, YouTube and Facebook.
mhm.
On Facebook, I'm just under Darnel Alexander with one L. Watch out for the imposters because they're all out there trying to steal my,
I'm
my
sure.
fans and tell them,
Yeah.
oh yeah, if you just, spend, I don't ask people to buy anything or spend any
Anything,
money.
right? So on TikTok, you're Darnell as well, or
It's
just
Darnel
Darnell?
Alexander Music on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube.
Okay, all right. That's good. You hear that, guy? So what you're gonna do? You know what to do, right? Find him, follow him, like him, and spread what he does around. We're gonna help him to get there on the charts, right? We're working with him on doing just that. So, what are some of your favorite things to do outside of music?
I do love fitness. I like to keep myself in shape and healthy because I got to be around for these girls.
Mm,
Seems like I've been working out my whole life just to chase them around today. I like movies. I love action and sci-fi movies. Sci-fi because you
mhm,
get to escape to other worlds.
mhm,
And I love nature, hiking. I mean, I have a lot of different interests. I love ancient history. Those would be
mm.
like my top five.
Oh, you like history? So do I. Look at that.
History, the
Man,
Egyptians.
another. Yes, 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 yes. I love history, period, but I love Asian history as well. So we know that R&B is your thing, but do you also like any other genre of music that attracts you?
It's
That
funny
you.
that you asked that. I
Mm.
always listen to country music, not as a regular listening, but I always feel like it's a form of like R&B gospel because they
Mm,
really, really sing,
right.
as opposed to pop music. But, and I love hip hop too. So, I kind of listen to a few, and I love smooth jazz. That's my like calming, reset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So that when you're trying to go on your downtime, that really works for you, right?
Saxophone,
Jazz, the kind of.
good saxophone, and just let the beat roll. And yeah, it's a good day.
Oh, wow. Do you play instrument?
No, I wish I wish I had learned one, but, I don't play any.
Well, I think you have enough that you do anyway. If you had said you play an instrument, I'm just like, oh my God, something else he does. He's too good.
Gosh.
So, what artist, if you had an opportunity to perform with, what is the artist of your dream that you'd like to do a duet with?
I haven't thought of a dream artist. There's so many people out there now, but I look at people that are kind of close to my age group, like
Mm-hmm,
Tank and Tyrese.
mm-hmm,
I jump on stage with TGT, and Keith
mm,
Sweat. I
yeah.
love Keith Sweat. When he first came out with that first album, I was addicted. I was hooked.
Mm-hmm,
There's so many artists. Johnny Gill, like those are all my like key people. Joe, love
right,
them. There's
right.
just to hear them sing. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Right. Um, you've been in the music business now for more than a minute, right? What advice would you give to, say, a upcoming young artist who want to do what you do in the R&B field? Do you have any suggestion you'd give to him?
Absolutely. I number one say, be yourself. Don't try to be, a carbon copy of someone else. It's like, even though I sing Luther Vandross, I've always had this sound. No one knows. They haven't heard me. But I sing what's from my heart, and just don't let anyone take you off the trail and the path of what you have originally set out to do. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, and there's going to be a lot of doors closing, but remember, those doors ain't for you. So you just keep going until you find the one that's for you. Right.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
believe in yourself. Most of all, believe that you can do this regardless of what anyone else says or thinks. Those voices are not important. It's only the voice in here.
Now, one of the things I have to say that just listening to you now that really grabs me is this. You do have this beautiful voice that's similar to Luther Vandross, but you have your own style. And that is so important because you didn't make all your song trying to sound like Luther Vandross.
If you listen to all my stuff, if you listen to all the music that I've recorded, it's all different.
Yes.
I have a lot of different sounds and vibes. But ultimately, I'd like to produce a new project that has still that classic Luther sound. And that's really what I'm working towards, is kind of putting out some material that just gives people the tone, the energy, and but from my perspective, because Luther
and
had
your
his
style and your whole
because Luther had his own. Luther had his own perspective, and he was going through his own battles in life. And I just want to share, my perspective of life and through my voice.
Wow, that is quite impressive. And I'm sure one of the things with young people is, just based on the past of what we see with a lot of artists, is we want to make it, but try not to compromise yourself, your gift, for the dollar, because that will come naturally, Yeah,
right? I think that's a big thing with all of us. Like, everyone wants to be successful. Everyone wants to have a comfortable life, and it really comes down to feeling that comfort, feeling the gratitude now in order to get there. I think a lot of people get caught up in trying too hard, and then it's a bigger letdown, when in all actuality, you've always been great. You've always been a wonderful person. You've always mattered, right? But you don't need to have 50,000 people telling you that to actually realize it today. You realize it today. Tomorrow, all those people giving you all the glory, it's not going to go to your head, and you can actually just say, I'm appreciative. I've always known, but it's nice to be confirmed from others that appreciate what I do.
Yeah, such good wisdom. And I'm sure that come just from your own experience, over the years, and you realize when you look back, you're like, I didn't have to, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't that what life is about, though? Just teach us better way to be and to do things.
We're constantly learning and growing. And I think another thing for those young folks is to be as confident as possible. If you're not, please find it, because the lack of confidence is what gets people in trouble, because they'll fall for anything instead of the real thing.
Yes. And remember too, one day you're going to have a family, and whatever legacy you leave behind, you want it to be something they can be proud of.
Right. That right there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, wow. Well, you came in here and I was impressed with you, and you're leaving here and even more impressed.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, go and download his music. Darnel Alexander. All this music is fantastic, and the videos are good as well.
Thank you.
And what I have his YouTube channel. I have all of his social links. I have the music links. I make it so easy for you guys. So go there and take care of him right now. Okay. So, we want to help the brother out. Yes, absolutely. And I know everything is timing and God's timing, but sometimes you meet a person and they're so excellent in what they do and so gifted. You're just like, you want the world just to embrace it, So my purpose for having people I like them is for that reason, But I know everything is in God's timing. But if we can help push it a little bit, why not?
Absolutely. And I'm very appreciative of you doing that.
And so I'm very happy and pleased that you are here, Mr. Darnel. I am so happy you're here.
Well, thank you for having me, and I've got so much more goodness coming.
Listen, when you do your next thing, next season, I'll have you back on again. But right now, we want your numbers to increase. So we want you guys to help him out. And it is my pleasure. And just to have you and just to discover about you, is there anything about you want to share with us that I have not asked?
I think you've covered all bases. We definitely hit them all. I mean, people know probably things about me today that they didn't know before.
Well, we want the people to feel like they've known you, you know what I mean, and get a connection with you so they want to gravitate towards you.
Absolutely.
Once again, my brother, thank you so much for joining us on, Cloud Record Music Podcast.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Okay, guys, you know what to do. Go and download his music. Darnel, thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk soon. Good night, everyone.